Merry Christmas from Palm Springs. This is where FiddleHed has wound up for this particular year. I'm trying to enjoy this freakishly warm weather as long as I can because I'm soon moving to Michigan, where this California boy is gonna wilt up and into a fetal position for a few months, something like that. But enough about sports. You don't want to hear about all that. You want to learn a fiddle tune, right? So we're going to learn a classic Christmas carol, O Little Town of Bethlehem. But I've arranged it as a fiddle waltz for you. I think you'll find it nice. And so without further ado, I'll play the entire tune, and then I'll show it to you very slowly, part by part. And on my website and course, I actually have video loops now for each section of the tune you have to learn. And so when I demonstrate it to you, I'm going to use a backing track, and this is courtesy of an app called Strum Machine, which I really like. All right, I threw in a few extra things in that maybe I'll talk about in a follow-up lesson, like some Irish embellishments and some chords and stuff. In this one, we'll just focus on just a simple version of the tune, which is actually, there'll be some little challenges in there as well. So without further ado, let's learn the first quarter of what I'm going to call the A part. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That's the first quarter. That idea will be returned to later in the tune in sort of the reprise of this part. So I forgot to mention that when you learn a tune, it's good to know the scale and play it with it. So it's not too late to do that. Let's play the D major scale. All right. And so I want to also have you, I think it'd be a good idea if you practice low third on the G, because that comes up in this tune in the next section. So you may want to take a moment and just practice that, maybe going to open D. Okay, now let's move on and learn the second quarter of the A part. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So just a word on that. At the end, we kind of leave the key, and it's a little embellishment I add to the tune that you can hear in some other vocal versions like Nat King Cole, and I'm not sure who else, but see, it's that little slide. So I'm sliding from F sharp to D low 2. All right. And so I actually don't know the words of this too well, but I can sing it, and I recommend, if you do know the words, to sing it. So and to kind of alternate between singing and playing is a great idea. So I do know the beginning of it. Oh, little town of Bethlehem. So you could sing a little bit and then play a little bit. Oh, little town of Bethlehem. And that helps you to remember the song and really hear the melody and internalize the melody. All right, cool. Let's move on to the third quarter. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So I kind of started where that left off on D low 2, where the previous quarter left off. All right, cool. And now let's move on to the fourth quarter. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So notice that that began like the second quarter. Alright, and I have that color coded on the sheet music on the site, and it's a thing that you might want to spend a lot of time practicing. I should have mentioned it back in the second quarter, is just going, you can just practice that one bar. If you get really good at that, that might unlock this tune for you. That might be the hardest spot in the tune, okay? All right, so let's just keep going. Let's do the beginning of what I call the B part. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, and now we'll do the next quarter of the B part. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. We're almost done with the tune. You know most of the parts. I've moved a little bit more quickly, done a little less repetition with this lesson, and I'm experimenting with a new way of teaching with video lessons, in which I'm making video loops on the site. So that's a way for you to watch these parts over and over again, but to play them slowly once with the finger chart, and then you can just take it from there. All right, so shorter overall video, but you can get more out of it with the video loop, the new feature on the site. So, okay, now let's round it out. So the last part is sort of like a restatement of the A part. I'm gonna play the whole thing. Let's see, I'll split it up still. So it starts with, which is the same thing, the very same as the beginning, and then we have a different part. So let's, so the ending part would just be this. And I'll do that a little bit more slowly. Okay, very cool. So that's the entire tune. I'm going to now play the entire thing very slowly, and feel free to play along. And then there will also be a loop for this on the site, as well as other audio for you to practice with. So I'll count you in, and I'm just going to play without a playing track so you can really hear the fiddle clearly. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And that's it. I hope you enjoy this tune. Isn't it a sweet melody? These old melodies are so amazing. And so I hope you enjoy it. I hope that the waltz, turning it into a waltz, doesn't throw you off too much. And I tried singing with it, and it seemed like it worked as well. And so let me know how it goes. So cool. Thanks for watching this video. I'm going to give you some variation tips on my site, and I'll just give you a preview of those, but you can follow the link in the description below to find out, to check that out. And so in the supplemental video, I'll show you how to do some more Irish style embellishments. mainly some little cuts, some little triplets and things. We'll also explore ways to add chords. And then there's another nice spot to add chords. So I'll talk a little bit more about that in a later video on the site. And whether or not you check that out, thanks for watching. And if this was helpful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, because that really helps to keep me going with these lessons. It really helps bring in new folks. So cheers for that. Okay, well, signing off from Palm Springs, soaking it in while I can. That's what you do in life, right? Merry Christmas to you all. Happy New Year. Go to FiddleHed.com for a progressive step-by-step course outline, color-coded tabs, play-along tracks, sheet music, and much more. Thanks for watching the video. Excellent. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.